small glands scattered called buccal in your mouth. They make kind of a little mucus, okay? They're not major glands. You have three major salivary glands. Easy. The first pair are here. They're under the ramus. Remember this part of the mandible is called the ramus? And that pair on either side, they're pretty big, is called the parotid. And it's going to have a duct that leaves the gland called the parotid duct. Everyone now accepts that. You don't have to learn the old name was Stenson's duct. Everything had names of people. And where does it empty? It empties behind your second molar on the upper part of your mouth. And sometimes if you do like a sucking in your mouth, you may feel a little squirt at the top. Ever have that? You can actually produce a vacuum and might force some fluid out. Oh, something squirted. Okay? And so we'll talk about parotid gland makes saliva. We'll talk about what in a minute. But there was a very prominent infection when I was a kid, that every kid got it, and that was called the mumps. Have you heard of the mumps? You don't. Did you get the mumps? You're too young. You're too young. I'm old as hell. All of you got mumps vaccine, okay? But when you got the mumps, it was caused by a virus, it would specifically attack two places. The parotid gland, which would get inflamed, and it would blow up, and every kid who had it, you knew, because we all looked like Alvin the chipmunk. We all looked like little chipmunks. And parents used to do is they used to say, oh, the kid down the block got the mumps, go play with him. They would send all their kids to go play with him. So the mothers would say, let all my kids get the mumps together. You know, so I could take care of them all in 1 week. You know, it wasn't a bad thing. You know, you got over it in a week or two. It was a week. It was just very funny. Parents knew, go play with Alvin. He got the mumps. You'll get it. Now, you know where else the mump virus attacks? This is why I have to tell you this for men. In your testicles, before you reach puberty, you have little cells that are going to eventually divide and start making sperm for the rest of your life. These cells are like every other cell at this point. Pre-puberty, they have 46 chromosomes, and they're sitting in your testes, and there are cells that surround them, like a mother, like this. One cell can surround maybe 4 of them, and she nourishes them. Isn't that nice? And she protects them. But when you hit puberty, these cells start to develop into sperm, which means they have to do something. They have to cut the number of chromosomes from 46 to 23. You know, sperm have half, eggs have half, and then they come together. When they have 23 chromosomes, something strange happens. They have different proteins on their surface that the immune system has never seen. If the immune system should spot these new proteins, they would think they're what? Foreign. And the immune system would attack your sperm. So, but who protects you from the immune system? Remember the nerve cells? They're called sustentators. So they're very important. All of us guys in this room right now, in our testicles, we're making what? Sperm. You know, eventually the nerve cells, when the sperm are fully developed, opens up and they let them swim out of the testes to a storage area. Okay? Guess what the mumps virus kills? It kills those nerve cells. So if you're an adult male being post-puberty, and you do not have protection against the mumps, and you get the mumps, not only will you look like Alvin the chipmunk, you'll be Alvin the sterile chipmunk. So that's why we always make sure